I am Dynisha Woods, native Memphian, born and raised. And I am currently the community engagement lead for International Paper, a global corporation that is headquartered here in Memphis. And I lead the community engagement and corporate philanthropic and foundation efforts for the company. And so all of our volunteering, employee volunteering, engagement, employee giving, all of the things that come together to invest in the communities where we live and work as employees of International Paper. Um, how did I come to be a student at the University of Memphis? So, as I mentioned, I'm born and raised in Memphis, and I actually went to undergraduate at Christian Brothers University and was there studying information technology management and went through 4 years of undergrad there and actually had the opportunity to have an internship the summer before my senior year, and so did internship in IT. And what I tell young people all the time is it's just as important to know what you don't want to do as it is to know what you do want to do. And so I got into an internship and was like, not so sure about this IT path, but I was a senior, didn't want to add on to my undergrad year. So went on through and got my degree in information technology, which was a great and solid foundation. But then decided to immediately go back to graduate school to study marketing and business. And so that's how I landed at the University of Memphis. I decided to branch out from Christian Brothers and stay here at home in my hometown, but decided to go to the University of Memphis, where I was a student in the College of Business and get my MBA degree many years ago. It was fun. It was a fun path, and it led me to where I am today. So it was a kind of a winding path. I will say that the University of Memphis, the networks and the doors that were open at the University of Memphis kind of led me to where I am today. I was a graduate assistant with the executive MBA program in the Fogelman College of Business and Economics. And so while getting my degree, I was there supporting the students in that program, and they were all executive students with many years of experience. I had the benefit of being able to build a network while I was going to graduate school. So once I graduated with my MBA, I actually was offered a full-time position with the executive MBA program. So I went from being a graduate assistant supporting the students to being a full-time staff person who's responsible for recruitment and retention, making sure that the students, had what they need to be successful while getting their MBA degree. So I was the recruitment and retention coordinator for a couple of years, and then had the great fortune of moving into the role of managing the program. And so it was kind of lockstep from graduate assistant to staff person as a coordinator and into management position managing the program. And from there a couple of more winds and turns. I had children in between, stayed home for a bit with my kids when they were young. And then when I decided to get back into the workforce after a couple of years, I actually again pulled on my U of M network, and an alum from the executive MBA program was the executive director of a small nonprofit here in Memphis. The name was Special Kids and Families. And I kind of slowly moved back into the workforce based on that offer, and was with that small nonprofit in development and event planning for about 3 or 4 years. And then actually was pulled back to the University of Memphis, where I applied for and accepted a role in annual giving at the University of Memphis. So have been in advancement at the U of M and still have friends there all over the place and in the advancement office. And so I was there for a couple of years as the assistant manager in that in annual giving. And then from there, I moved to international paper. I had the opportunity to apply for a role, community engagement, corporate philanthropy, and corporate community engagement is a really it's a really, really meaningful space here in Memphis to be able to move into the space to be able to invest in our communities. And so that was really, really something that was interesting to me to be able to move from the nonprofit side into the corporate donor and the sponsorship side. So applied for that role, and yeah, the rest is history. I've been there and been here at International Paper for about 6 years now. So, the my time at the U of M, it really shaped me, I think, in a number of meaningful ways, both personally and professionally. As I mentioned, I was a grad assistant in the College of Business, and so that was really at that time it was an intense season of real focus, but also a lot of growth. And it's also where my personal story took a big turn. I actually met my husband there at the U of M, and we were both in grad school together. So we share that Memphis Tiger connection. My husband actually went to undergrad at the U of M, and then we met when we were both in grad school there. So to this day, we still support the U of M together in all sorts of ways: football, basketball, donors, and all the things. So it's really fun being connected in that way personally, and then professionally, as mentioned, the experience at the U of M, it opened doors I'm still walking through today. The relationships I built when I was at the executive MBA program helped me to land my first role, like I mentioned, and so looking back, it's really a full circle journey, I would say. The U of M, it didn't just prepare me for my career; it was a community, a network, and a foundation that I think is still shaping me to who I am today. I still have those same networks from my time as a graduate assistant and in grad school. So it's been a fun ride. Well, it's lots of moments, but, I think it's a series of moments that I wanted, that I would love to relive or really kinda shaped me again. So, I think one of the more meaningful memories besides meeting my husband, at the U of M was the opportunity it gave me to experience the world. So, as a grad assistant, working in the executive MBA program, I supported their, in addition to the day-to-day operations of the program, I supported the international business trip experiences that the students took while they were in the program. And so after graduating and moving into the full-time role, I had the chance to participate in these trips myself. So I've traveled to places like China, Iceland, Finland, Spain, Portugal, all through my time and my experience with the University of Memphis. So it opened doors and really allowed me to explore global business, culture, in a way that has really shaped my perspective to this day. Love to travel, love to experience things, love to meet new people and meet new people who are from different cultures. And so think it really makes me made me a well-rounded professional, both professionally and personally. So these are probably not very hidden, but I don't know that, especially busy students or young students may or may not think about just all of the awesome green spaces that are in and around the U of M. I'm a big proponent of just kind of renewing, refreshing, stepping away when things get to be challenging or overwhelming. I tell my kids that all the time to protect your peace kind of philosophy. So really getting out into green spaces gives you a chance to just slow down and breathe, even when you're in the middle of a city, like the campus is at the U of M. So of course, Audubon Park is right down the street from campus, perfect for like a quick walk and reset between classes. Shelby Farms right down the road, biking, kayaking. Overton Park is one of my favorites. The trails and nearby art spots and the zoo and the Green Line is perfect for a walk or ride. Tomley Park along the river downtown is beautiful. So all these spots just really add to the experience that we have here in Memphis and give you a way to recharge and enjoy kind of a different side of Memphis. So that would probably be my hidden gem advice for anyone. So as I mentioned, just going back to recharging and refreshing each day, each morning, I try to practice mindfulness and try to just to kind of get myself ready for the day. And so, the advice that I would give to recent graduates is um, what I say to myself, and I'm always mindful for, I try to remember this each day, is really just to be grateful for what was, to be present in what is, and to be hopeful for what lies ahead and what's in front of you. And by that I mean what was, what happened in the past, it gives us all wisdom, right? Every lesson and experience has shaped who we are today that we've had in the past. And then what is right in front of you. I always say to myself, the present is a gift. So, being sure to stay engaged, build relationships, and just really trying to fully embrace the opportunities that are in front of you as a recent graduate. And then, of course, what lies ahead, it it will continue to stretch you and strengthen you, no matter what the success is, no matter what the obstacles. It strengthens you in often in ways that you can't see, and of course, this requires faith and trust that your path is really unfolding exactly as it should. So, trust yourself and trust your faith. So, I just have connections to, the U of M in so many different ways. As I mentioned, being a Memphis Tiger, being a native Memphian, it means everything to me. It's really that connection. It's rooted in pride, in legacy, in home. The U of M, it means home to me. So, of course, my grad school and my early career years I spent at the U of M, but I've been a true blue Tiger since I was a kid. I grew up watching my dad cheer for legends like Larry Finch and Elliot Perry, and that hometown pride was absolutely passed down to me. I grew up watching Penny Hardaway, who made me and thousands of others, really believe in what Memphis basketball represents. I am still to this day one of his biggest True Blue fans, as many others are, I'm sure. But being a Tiger, it's not just about being a fan or an alum, but like I said, it's that deep connection to my city, to the culture of our city, to our history, and I just try to carry that hometown pride with me wherever I go. I don't care where I am. I'm carrying a U of M shirt, or some type of U of M gear to wear on my off time. So it's about carrying hometown pride wherever I am. I just am a big fan of the University of Memphis and my role at International Paper. I have the great fortune and pleasure of being able to support and invest in many different organizations around Memphis on behalf of International Paper. And the University of Memphis happens to be one of those organizations that we pour our support into in a number of different ways. And I think, the U of M is just a world class institution that I will put up against any institution here in the U.S. And so, really excited to be connected to the U of M in all these different ways, as far as personally, professionally, work related, past work related. But I really appreciate the opportunity to share my story.